Recording on.
And then water and dirt. Are you ladies gonna participate, do the experiment with me, or just gonna watch me? You can just watch, I'm not offended. Just gonna watch? Well, you can, go ahead. Okay.
I'm gonna watch.
Okay, so what you do is Miss Scott is gonna record, and you can come back and do the experiment, or you could even just do it right after, because it's not a lot of stuff, so it's pretty easy. So how is your guys' vacation going? What have you guys been up to?
Not much, I guess.
Not much. What's your dog's name?
Go away.
Go away?
Go away.
Go away. That's a cute name.
No.
It's okay. He can watch, or she can watch. I have my guinea pig down here. She's ripping up paper.
I don't have your toy.
Let me see if I can grab her.
I don't have it. I need one.
Go over here.
You two ladies that are here, I want to congratulate you for being really good at following directions. I'm getting texts like crazy. Are we having the summer school? Is it the experiment today? How do I get on? I can't find the link. Blah, 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 blah.
That's okay. I'm gonna try to grab Rico for you guys. Hold on. So we'll wait like 5 more minutes, Scott, or
Yeah, just a couple, maybe a couple more minutes.
Okay. Like she's in a corner. She doesn't want me to get her, but
She's out of the cage.
she's in the cage, but she's like right here, and I have her. Come on. I want you guys to see her. Oh, she's so chunky now. So if you guys in the Bitmoji classroom, she's on there too, by Miss Scott, I think. So this is her. Her name is Rico, and she's been eating a lot.
Huh. Hello.
Hi, girl.
Did you show her little Bitmoji?
No. She's gotten so big. So I sometimes will like sit outside and like let her graze and stuff, and she likes that. But I think right now she wants fruit. She's picky. She likes fruit, not veggies so much. So
she's gonna get diabetic.
she's gonna be diabetic. Yeah. Aileen, have you seen not Carla? Oh, don't tell her I said that. Cassie and Gustavo?
Yeah, what's it called? Last week, it was Cassandra's birthday, I think.
You want a birthday party?
Thank you.
We hosted at my grandma's house.
Okay. Well, you can tell your aunt is Cassie's sister, right? I mean, sorry, your mom is Cassie's sister? Cassie's mom's sister? Brother?
My stepdad.
Okay. Because Gustavo should be on, I mean, he doesn't have to, but he would be on the call too. So, like, this is his class too. I have to message parents again. She's shedding all over me, and she smells like a farm animal. All right, Mom, go inside. There you go. Okay.
Some of these kids are like on there and they're like on the Bitmoji page because that's where I told them the link is, and they're just sitting
They don't
there.
know where?
I mean,
it says
Zoom in two different places. I don't know. Hey, again.
have fur all over me.
Where's Kira? Dang it. Oh,
What's
she's
your
going to
doggy's
the
name, Layla?
Bitmoji page. Okay.
It's kind of hard to say.
It's okay. Can I know?
Well, we call him Muni,
Muni?
but his actual name is Mjolnir.
Muni? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's beautiful. Look, Savannah's in the house. Hi, Savannah.
Hey. Oh. We're looking for Kira to join us, and I think
When she joins
that'll
us, will
probably
be
be
good.
it, huh?
Okay. Oh, okay. No, that's when Kira joins us, we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Savannah, are you going to be doing the experiment with us, or are you just going to watch me and then do it later?
Watch.
Okay. So just so you know, this is what the materials that we're going to be using. 2 bowls or cups, and I'm actually using cut up
Water bottles.
water bottles. I can't say that. Okay.
Okay.
Then you can use paper towels, a piece of torn fabric, or a towel or a shoelace, and then water and dirt. I didn't have shoelaces that I wanted to use for this, so I'm gonna use paper towels, or I'm gonna use just like I cut up a piece of towel. I'm not sure yet which one I'm gonna use, but I actually started the experiment already. I'm doing it. It's actually sitting on this side, and I'll show it to you guys in a second. And I did it with paper towel, so maybe this time I'll do it with the towel. So really, you could do this with pretty much anything you have at home, but I have a lot of plastic bottles. So if you have plastic bottles at home, it could even be like 2-liter bottles, any kind of bottle that you can cut off, you can use that, and just dirt from outside. So I have some just regular dirt. And then I'm gonna do the experiment. We're supposed to do this specific experiment, and then I'm gonna show you guys another one that you guys can do. You guys just can try different things at home. But once you kind of get into it, it's like pretty interesting. Do any of you live near a canal or like somewhere where there's running water? No? Okay. Or even like the sides, I mean, if you wash like a car, if there's like water on the side of like your houses in the curb, if you can scoop some of that water out, this is kind of a cool thing to do to see the process that we're gonna be doing. Hi, Miss Shori.
Hello, thank you for letting me on.
Of course.
You're welcome.
We're waiting on one more friend, and then we're gonna get started.
She's getting there. She's getting there. It's taking her a minute, but she's getting there.
Okay. Did you guys watch the videos Miss Scott posted on Monday and Tuesday? Did anybody watch them? Yes. Some of them. Hit play and kind of listened in and out.
I need to find some place on the Bitmoji thing to post
To keep
those
them
videos.
up.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna tell you, because I saved the one from yesterday,
Uh-huh.
because I knew you were gonna take it off. I don't know if you did.
I did. It's still on my YouTube page, but yeah, I need to find a place to put them.
Maybe like on the shelf, you could do like little cassette, like little DVDs or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll figure that out.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Well, it's taken her a minute. I don't know what the holdup is here. So if you want to, you can go ahead and get started, and she can watch the video.
Okay. All right, guys. So I already went over the materials. So Miss Shori, just in case you are doing this at home, these are our materials: 2 bowls or a cup, towel, paper towels, a piece of torn fabric or towel, shoelace, water, and dirt. So only one of these items here. I'm not using bowls. I'm using cut up water bottles. And so our topic this week is water filtration. And in water filtration, there are 3 steps. So the first step is called sedimentation. And even before I say this, if you watch the video Ms. Scott posted on Monday, she'll post them again. It talks about things that even happen before sedimentation. So water filtration is us cleaning our water, right? So before I can take a sip of my water here, the water that I'm drinking, it's been through a process to make it clean and safe for me and for you to drink. So there's generally 3 steps with filtration. So the first one is sedimentation, then there's filtration, and then there's disinfection. This shouldn't say filtration, huh? This should say something else.
Just say,
It should say something else, huh? No,
yeah.
I'm looking for 3 steps to what?
Clean water.
3 steps to clean water. Yes. So see, so guys, just so you know, I know a little bit about this topic, but I learned a lot by the videos Ms. Scott has posted and just my own research and just thinking about my just education in general. I'm like, okay, I've picked up a few things. What we're going to be doing is focusing on filtration. So we're not doing the sedimentation part and we're not doing the disinfection part. We're just doing the filtration. That means that we're just going to filter the water to take out, in this case, things that are obviously polluting the water. But the water that we're going to filter doesn't necessarily mean that it's ready to drink because we're still missing the disinfection part. And all of these 3 things, as Ms. Scott mentioned, create potable or drinkable water. Yes? Okay. So we're just filtering, we're not disinfecting. So don't drink, don't drink this water. Okay, I'm gonna lower my camera so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So I actually started the experiment already. I'll get this closer to you. So in this container, we have dirty water with basically mud from outside, just dirt from the outside. And I connected this bottle to this bottle using, this is a paper towel. Now, if I make it, if I'm gonna put it close to you, but the entire paper towel is wet now because the water has traveled and it's going to this empty water bottle and it's dripping pretty much clean water.
Put it down.
You can't see that. This is gonna be fun. So do you guys see that, how it's dripping? Kind of, yeah? Okay, so this is basically what you're gonna do. I'm gonna show you how to do this and I'm gonna show you how to do something else, but this is pretty much what you're gonna do. And the dirtier and nastier water, the more interesting this will be. So if you do live near somewhere where you have dirty water, you can do that. If not, you can just dirty up your water. So I have a container here. I'm gonna put my dirt first. So remember when you guys were in 2nd grade and used to make mud pies and all of that stuff? So this is where you have to channel all of those memories. Okay, making your dirt coffee. Channel those memories and make yourself some nice dirt coffee. Or like I said, if you go out to a canal, if you go to the park or something, maybe take a water bottle, get some really dirty water and try this. You can try this as many times as you want. So you have some nice dark dirt coffee. Does this look good, Miss Scott?
Looks beautiful.
I know, it looks yummy. I can smell it. Delicious. Okay, so then you have this one's gonna be empty because the water's gonna filter this way, okay? So I'm gonna just leave this over here. Now I have my towels. This is actual towel, okay, that I cut. And then I have my paper towels. So for the paper towels, I did take like a few pieces so I could roll them up. And so they'd be kind of like thick enough. Let's see, move this over here. What should I use? I'll let the audience decide. Should I use a paper towel? No, regular towel or paper towel? Whatever, what do you guys think? I know, this is a crazy thing that I'm asking you. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it'll make a difference which towel I use?
Well, maybe since,
Yeah.
maybe since you use paper towel on that other one, try this one with the towel.
Okay, I will do that. And when you guys do this at home, you guys can, try many things. Try, like I said, a shoelace or a piece of old fabric. So I'm gonna roll it up like this.
I think a coffee filter would be good too.
A coffee filter?
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a towel, or it's too big, or if you don't have a paper towel. Most everybody's parents.
Okay, so I'm gonna stir up our.
I think too what we're, because tomorrow we're going to be talking about ways to disinfect water.
Yes.
So I think we're approaching this as if you are out and, you know, you get lost in the wilderness. How are you going to provide yourself with drinkable water?
Drinkable water, yes.
So you would, I mean, I would like just rip off a piece of the bottom of my shirt to use as the filtration thing.
Now, so I already put in the towel. Make sure that you, when you do this, that you have, like, it's long enough so it reaches both ends. I've seen different videos where they put something kind of under this one so it makes sure, you know, we're getting into the empty cup or the empty container. So now we just let this sit. Now, does anybody have any ideas about how long this is going to take to travel? And there's no right or wrong answers. Because I initially thought one thing and then I did it and it was different than I thought. So like, say we want to set this out. Yeah, go ahead, Aileen. Go ahead. Oh, she's thinking. Yes, use your think time.
30 minutes?
30 minutes? Okay. So you can write, so on Friday, you're gonna do a journal, but when you're doing this, something scientists do, right, is they observe and they take notes and they take data down. So what you can do is on a piece of paper or on a piece of, in your notebook, if you picked up a notebook in the office, if not, just a piece of paper, maybe you could just record your observations. So maybe you want to check it, you want to let it sit and you want to check it like every 5 minutes or something. It could be up to you. Or maybe, let's say 10 minutes. So you could say like 10 minutes, 20, 30, 40. So Aileen, you said at 30 minutes, you would see something happen, and you can take a note. Oh, you can't see what I'm writing. And they can't see anything. So maybe you could do get a piece of paper, and these are your minutes or your time. And this is like your description or that's not a better science word is your observations.
Are we putting down a hypothesis as well, or no?
You can. So Aileen's hypothesis could be, I think that the water is going to take 30 minutes to travel all the way down to the bottom to filter, or like halfway. What do you think, Aileen? Oh, she's frozen. But she might be able to hear me. So yes, putting a hypothesis down would be a good idea. So you could say, I think it's going to take, what did you think, Aileen? Since you said 30 minutes.
I don't know.
No? Okay, that's okay. And you guys, science is supposed to be like trial and error. You try things and maybe it's not right, maybe it's kind of right, and it's okay. That's what it's about. So if you think I can help you, so let's say, do you think that the water is gonna, in 30 minutes, is gonna get all the way, it's gonna drip, or it's gonna come up here to a certain point? What were you thinking? To a certain point? Okay, so to what point? Let me see. Oh, I see. Do you think it's gonna come up to here? Or yes? Or less? Less?
Less.
Okay, so maybe down here? Down here somewhere? Okay, so maybe you feel like it's gonna take 30 minutes for you to see water maybe up in this area. I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see, but I'm actually, if you touch it, you can feel if it's dry or not. And I'm not gonna tell you if it's dry or not. I'm gonna let you guys do the experiment and then we can talk about it on Friday. But so after 10 minutes, you can put your timer, you can come back in 10 minutes and see what your observations are. Has any water traveled up? Yes, no? And then you could write down your observations. Another 10 minutes, come and check. What was that?
I said, that's an excellent idea, Mrs. Ramos.
Yes, thank you. So you could do that every 10 minutes and then see if your hypothesis was right. And maybe it is right, maybe it's not, but that's okay, right? We're trying new things, and maybe it's gonna depend on the material that we use, right? So I used a paper towel over here for this one. And this is a paper, not a paper towel, this is actual towel. Maybe there's a difference. Okay. Should I say anything else about this, Ms. Scott? Because I'm going to show them something else.
I think we're good with that.
Good? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys want to try a different filtration, I'm going to set these aside. Okay. A different filtration experiment. I didn't have a big bottle, but something else you can do is you can take a bottle and cut it in half. So you'll have it this way. If you have a big, like 2-liter bottle, it works better, but this is all I had at the moment. And if you make, you can't really tell, but I made like a little slit there. Okay. But if you make like little holes so water can drip, so you're gonna do like a little mini, another type of filtration right here. So this is where Ms. Shori mentioned tissue papers. So we can use, if you watch some of the videos or just look up filtration, you know, water going through different layers of different material. So this is tissue paper. So you could use tissue paper, you could use cotton balls, you could use coffee filters, you could use anything. This is an experiment, so you could try different things. And if I put this, you can make, the point is to kind of make layers. I'm not gonna have that many layers because this is kind of small, but I have the tissue paper. I just put one, and then I'm gonna put some of these like smooth rocks in here. Put a little bit of rocks in there. And then maybe I put another piece of tissue paper, so creating just more layers, folding it in half. Maybe if you have fabric, you could try you could try anything you want because it's your experiment. Okay, oops. Another good thing that you could try using different kinds of rocks. You could use sand. That's another, in the video that Ms. Scott shared with us, they talked about filtering through different layers of sand. And this would, like I said, if you have like a canal or just dirty water from the outside to use, you could do that. So I'm gonna put another layer on top. You can use coal too, just different things. My rock and tissue cake. All right. So then I have this cup of water or this container of water. I'm gonna just dump this dirt in here. This is all that I had left. I'm gonna mix it. And then I'm gonna pour it through my filtration. And you could do several of these with different things and see which one works best. So let's see if how this one works. So I'm pouring in the water. Let me see if you guys can see that. Oh, there it goes. It is dripping. Can you see the water? Yes, thank you.
That is beautiful.
Does it look a little bit more drinkable? Except, right, we haven't disinfected it. So if you look at it, it's still pretty murky, but it's not as murky as that, right?
Remember the word that is in the video is turbid.
Turbid, yes. That's our other vocabulary word. Forgot about that. So what could we do to make this water even cleaner or a more filtered? Less turbid, right? Does anyone have ideas?
Do put that on the other filter thing?
Oh, so maybe I could then, that's a really good idea. So I could then take this out if I wanted and then do just so you guys know, guys, there's like a drop of water in the one we just did right now. There's like a tiniest drop of water. And that was what, about 10 minutes ago? So the tiniest drop of water. So you're saying maybe do another filtration like this, and then get, I have paper, should I use paper towel or should I use regular towel?
Regular towel.
Regular towel? Okay. So this is just like a little piece. And for this, because this is such a small container, I probably want to put it under something so it would just be easier for it to travel. So I can let this sit and we can see on Friday how the water looks over here. Right? So that's a great idea, Aileen. I'll raise this in a second. Another idea too, does anybody have another idea? Savannah, Layla, about what we could do with the water? Just so you guys know, you guys could make another filtration system, or you could maybe even run it through here again. There's several things you can do, and you guys can have fun with this and experiment and try new things. And I think that I want Ms. Scott to talk a little bit about the inventors contest here and about the video you posted yesterday about inventing.
Yeah.
Because we're kind of, you know, we're exploring different things here.
Well, just like it said in the video yesterday, I'll just kind of reiterate that, that we already know actually how to filter water. We've been doing it for a long time, but the inventor that was in the video yesterday, he is inventing new ways to do it that make it less expensive, make it more efficient, make it, you know, cost, well, that's less expensive, but have a smaller carbon footprint, so more ecologically sound. So even though we know how to do things and things have already been invented, that doesn't mean that we can't continue to work at inventing better ways of doing them. So I want you to think about things that you already use, but have thought maybe there are ways to make it better. Like if only, you know, water didn't drip down on, you know, or like a, I don't know, there's certain things, and I can't even remember what it was that I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about the inline skates, huh? I was talking about how when I was a kid, when I was like really, really young, I used to roller skate. And I used to love to roller skate, but I also loved to ice skate. And so I would get up, put on my roller skates to pretend to ice skate. But I thought, even back then, way before inline skates were a thing, I thought, wouldn't it be cool if there were skates that had the wheels all in one row, rather than in two sets of wheels. And I think back at that all the time, that, you know, me, this 8-year-old kid, I'm thinking of something that, you know, some adult actually thought of later and made a bunch of money off of. If I had tried to do something myself as an 8-year-old to make those inline skates, maybe I'd be a rich person right now. But I mean, a lot of times people think about things and new ways of doing things that are actually going to make things better and easier for everybody, and they don't follow through on those thoughts. But that's what inventing is all about, is just, you know, ways where you're doing something and you think, hey, wouldn't it be awesome if, and then they do it. They actually put, you know, pen to paper, put thoughts down, and actually build the thing that they're wanting to have that makes things easier for them. That's all inventing is. It's a little bit of dreaming and innovation and just actually building, like I said in the video, building a better mousetrap. And that's what this is. You know, we're experimenting. Hey, wouldn't it be cool if, and doing something new with it. And so I want you to be thinking about that, because we're going to be having that inventors contest, and I think that you guys could actually do very, very well with it. It doesn't have to do with, it doesn't have to have something to do with water. It just has to do with something that maybe you do use on a regular basis that you think could be better. Think about it. And if you need help, Ms. Ramos and I are here to help you.
Yes, we are. And I have my phone with my timer on, and I'm timing. I'm going to time this for an hour. So when you guys were off the call, you feel some inspiration either now or tomorrow. if you feel some inspiration, then just try this. Try different things. Try filtering the water several times. See how many times it takes to get the cleanest water. I just made something really simple. I have my minutes, and then I'm gonna write my notes. And so I did write notes for the one that we did, the first one we did. And I said one drop, there was one drop. So after about 10 minutes, there was one drop, and it's very wet in the middle point of the towel. So even though there's one drop, it somehow traveled. Sorry. It somehow traveled, and the entire thing isn't soaking wet, but it's just wet probably up to here. It's pretty wet. And it was after like roughly 10 minutes. So I'm timing, I'm gonna do this for an hour. So if you have an hour at home that you just wanna, spend and improve whatever we just did, we'd love to hear about it on Friday. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys.
I think this was awesome.
I think it was. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and you tell your other, I was like your other coworkers, your other classmates, and hopefully I can get some 8th graders on here. Tell Gustavo, tell your stepdad Aileen to tell Esvede that Gustavo should be on here.
Are there any questions, ladies?
We're recording it so they could also watch the recording, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I guess that'll conclude our very first summer school experiment Zoom. Thanks for coming, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
All right.